Live from KSAT 12, the news at 5:30 starts right now.
It has been a very soggy Sunday for much of South Texas as we saw another round of good steady rain today.
So good to see it. We know there's still a little bit lingering. Let's head straight to Mia Montgomery. Mia, let's take a look at the radar because I know on live cam it looks like it's almost out of the way.
Exactly, and you can kind of starting to see a little bit of the cloud cover break up in spots, but you're exactly right. This has followed what has generally been a pretty damp day across portions of south central Texas. A quick look at the radar. We do have some heavier showers pushing through our far southern counties, McMullen and Live Oak County specifically, but here closer to Bexar County, we've got some of that activity moving through the far southern and eastern portions of the county. Some of that continues well east of our area, approaching Gonzales. That's going to move closer to Lavaca County as well. After this rain chance winds down this evening, we're going to continue to see a quieter weather pattern as we head into the upcoming weeks. We'll have all of those details coming up in just a few minutes, guys.
All right, yeah, we'll see you then. San Antonio police say a woman was shot when some uninvited guests showed up to a party and opened fire. It happened around 1 o'clock this morning near Loop 410 and Highway 90 West at a house party on Scotty Drive. Police say a group of people arrived uninvited and someone from that group got upset and began shooting at multiple people in the house. A woman was struck by a bullet and critically injured. That woman now in the hospital tonight. The suspect fled the scene and so far has not been caught.
A tragic update now from yesterday afternoon shooting on the northwest side. The teenager taken to the hospital has now died. SAPD confirms a 15-year-old boy was shot in the chest at an apartment complex on Gardendale Street near Fredericksburg and Wurzbach Roads. His identity has not been released and investigators are still trying to answer a whole lot of questions. They don't know whether the shooting was an accident or it was on purpose. They're all still trying to figure out who pulled the trigger. What they do know is the victim and 2 other juveniles somehow got access to a gun.
Meanwhile, 3 people escaped their burning home with their pets early this morning. That fire broke out around 3 this morning near South Weidner Road and Randolph Boulevard over on the northeast side. Firefighters arrived to find heavy flames burning inside the home and they quickly spread through the roof. 3 people were inside at the time, but they managed to escape along with their 2 cats and a dog. Fire crews were able to put those flames out, but not before the house suffered major damage. No word yet on what caused that fire.
Well, the Galveston County Sheriff's Office says there were more than 200 arrests and over 50 hospitalizations during this week's Jeep Weekend event in Crystal Beach. The event brought thousands of Jeep owners to Galveston County. It's known as a wild weekend for partying and drinking. Last year, over 100 arrests were made. In 2021, 200 people were arrested. Out of the 50 hospitalizations this year, 1 woman is still in critical condition with some serious injuries. Crowds like this, also averaging about 80,000 people, put a big strain on emergency services every single year.
Back here closer to home, the city of Lytle under a boil water notice tonight, with officials unsure right now when it will be lifted. Residents are advised to boil water before using it for washing your hands and face, brushing your teeth, and drinking or cooking. Officials hope to lift the notice by Tuesday, May 23rd, but they don't have a very specific date just yet. This all comes down as Lytle had to shut down the water last night to repair a public main, and it looks like they're still working to resolve that issue. We'll let you know as we know more.
Well, the early look at the markets is pretty grim after President Biden issued a stark warning on the state of debt ceiling talks. Time is running out for a deal, and the stakes could not be higher. As experts say, the U.S. failing to lift the debt ceiling would lead to an economic crisis. CNN's Tina Kim on how Biden is expected to speak with Republican leaders as he travels home early today for the G7 summit in Japan.
Hours after making gains abroad with world leaders, President Biden is facing setbacks at home with Republican lawmakers. In less than 2 weeks, June 1st, the nation is likely to default unless the debt ceiling is lifted, a date the Treasury Secretary reaffirmed Sunday. And as the deadline closes in, President Biden showed the 2 sides are farther apart.
Now it's time for the other side to move from their extreme positions, because much of what they've already proposed is simply, quite frankly, unacceptable.
The president also gave this warning about Republicans.
I can't guarantee that they wouldn't force a default by doing something outrageous.
Republicans blame Biden for waiting too long to negotiate, and now they say changing positions, such as bringing back tax increases when the issue had been taken off the table, according to House Speaker Kevin McCarthy.
I mean, waiting those 97 days and now changing positions every day, that's not productive. I'm glad he's finally getting back into the country.
But the speaker sounded more optimistic after a call with the president as he flew back from Japan.
I believe it was a productive phone call.
The debt ceiling threat is casting a long shadow over the president's achievements at the G7 summit, helping Ukraine against the Russian invasion. Before returning to the U.S., he sat down with Volodymyr Zelensky. Ukraine's president thanked Biden for approving the training of his pilots on the F-16 fighter jet and for the U.S. granting another $375 million in military aid. I'm Tina Kim reporting.
It has been a rainy couple of days around here. How about adding a little sunshine into your lives? KSAT's Alyssa Cole tells us where you can find this one-of-a-kind sunflower field right here in San Antonio. A 10-acre field of bright yellow sunflowers are blooming and brightening people's days right here in San Antonio. It is South Texas's largest and San Antonio's first and only sunflower field. Alyssa Cole tells us where it is and what makes it so special.
This is more than just a field. This is a 10-acre sunflower field made up of special surprises, including a maze with 6 checkpoints throughout the area.
It's just fun to come through and walk through the maze. You'll see 4 different types of sunflowers out here. They range in size and shape and color.
On top of winding through the family-friendly maze, there are even more activities, including a petting zoo. Fun facts about the flower field: there's been 7 bachelorette parties, 4 birthdays for people turning 90 years old and older, and there's been 9 marriage proposals. The latest one happening this weekend.
There was a girl that was coming out of the sunflower field crying, and of course we're not sure what was going on, so we asked her if she was okay, and she and the guy's like, I did that.
Brian Billick is the marketing director. This field has a special place in his heart. Brian actually pitched the idea to the owners to create this sunflower field in honor of his son, who died at 13 years old of osteosarcoma bone cancer 5 years ago.
Sarcoma cancer associates with sunflowers because sunflowers just bring hope into people's lives.
He hopes this field brings just as much joy for others as it does for him. The sunflower field here at Trader Joel's is only open on the weekend. For a list of hours and everything else you need to know to plan a visit, just visit our website at KSAT.com. Reporting in San Antonio, Alyssa Cole, KSAT 12 News.
It is so gorgeous out there, and I know that Traders Village is very happy because those sunflowers have been getting good drinks of water for sure. We're going to talk to Mia right after the break. You can see a little bit of sun on that live cam. She'll tell you when we can get more of that.
Hopefully those rain showers are going to make even more flowers bloom.
Yes.
I would
Probably
hope
also
so.
a lot of mosquitoes will be coming too.
I know.
That is true. But hey, if you're looking for a break in the rain, as we head into the upcoming work week, we are going to see a quieter weather pattern take back over. Honestly, it's going to be a good week to take care of some of the yard work out there. But before we can get there, let's take a look at some of the rainfall totals that we've seen. Again, we've had a couple of rounds of showers and storms move through, not just today, but with that rain and storm activity that moved through Friday night as we saw that cold front move in. Check this out, 0.48, just under half of an inch officially over at SA International, over 2 inches in Hondo, 1.36 in Pearsall, 0.15 in Gonzales. And as we zoom this in closer to Bexar County, over an inch of Kelly and Helotes, 0.36 in Bulverde, Lytle, over 3 inches of rain. A lot of that actually came from the thunderstorms that we had move through overnight Friday and very early early Saturday morning. We were able to find scattered rounds of light to moderate rain push across portions of south central Texas this Sunday. This is what's left of the activity, already winding down, and that's going to continue to be the theme over the next few hours. Elmendorf about to see another round of some light rain pushed your way, closing in on the Highway 181 corridor. Poteet stretching over to Pleasanton and Jourdanton, seeing a little bit of light rain out there as well. And then we've got another cluster of showers pushing through our far eastern counties near Gonzales, stretching up to Luling as that heads further east. Folks over in Moulton, Shiner, Hallettsville out there in Lavaca County could cash in on the tail end of that activity here over the next hour or so. But generally, as we head closer to the sunset time frame, whatever's left of that activity is going to continue to fizzle out and dissipate. And later on tonight, we'll put those rain chances to bed. And with a quieter weather pattern expected into the upcoming work week, we're going to see those temperatures warm back up. Today, as well as yesterday, cooler than average. Those temperatures are going to climb to near about 90 degrees at times this week, closer to where we should be for this time of year. Still is going to be muggy in spots. The humidity sticks with us. And in terms of sky cover, more opportunities to find some sunshine is expected as we start to dry things out. Not a ton of sunshine out there right now. In fact, still holding on to the cloud cover for the most part here in San Antonio. 69 degrees though. So yes, cooler than average thanks to the rounds of rain that we've had move through south central Texas today. As we head into the overnight hours tonight, it is going to be a cooler than average morning, upper 50s and low 60s out there on the thermometer. Also, I think some areas of patchy fog will be possible for the morning drive. And then as we head into the lunchtime hour, some of that starts to break up. We start to see more sunshine, temperatures climbing into the upper 70s, around 78 here in San Antonio for any lunchtime plans. And then mostly sunny skies are expected to return into your Monday afternoon, helping those temperatures warm, a bit warmer than where we've been today. We've got a forecast high around 85 degrees expected here in town, 83 in Bernie, 85 in Poteet, as well as Sabinal, 86 in Floresville, 85 for places like New Braunfels, as well as Seguin. Now into this week, high pressure is going to take back over, and with high pressure systems, that's when we see those quieter weather patterns return. Not as many disturbances rolling across the Lone Star State. So because of that, that's why we are expecting more opportunities for some sunshine and those temperatures climbing into the mid to upper 80s, even approaching 90 at times. Rain chance is pretty slim out there, only a 20% chance on Thursday. So overall, yes, enjoy that sunshine, a nice little break in some of the soggy conditions we've seen lately, guys.
Yeah, and those flowers you were talking about, Tim, they're going to be in big time bloom this week after that.
Yeah, so are those mosquitoes. Don't forget Remember, we established yesterday.
I also planted citronella a couple weeks ago, though.
Good.
So that I'm on top of it.
Bring some of that in and share. All right, Andrew, 2 local softball teams still on the hunt.
Yeah, 2 of many, but East Central and Bernie specifically have made some historic runs. East Central's in the regional final for the first time in program history. Bernie's made it for the second time in the last 3 years. When we come back, we'll catch up with both as they prepare for that next round. Plus, the Texas Longhorns kept their season alive. Got that too next.
Feels so good. I hope we keep going from here.
The Hornets are one of several area teams still alive in the hunt for a state title in big board sports. 2 days ago, the East Central softball team was facing elimination in Game 2 against the defending state champs. Today, they're preparing for the first regional final in program history. The Hornets defeated O'Connor in the Class 6A regional semifinals yesterday, 4-3 in extra innings. Sophomore Isabella Hernandez drove in Kiana Lipardo for the go-ahead run in the top of the 8th. Prior to this season, East Central had never advanced past the 3rd round of the softball playoffs, let alone the regional semis. What does Saturday's victory mean to head coach Maggie Wellham?
It means that East Central softball is here. We're not going anywhere, and we're so proud of these kids and the kids that are coming up. It just keeps getting better. This has been a long time coming. We have great athletes that have come through this program, and we're doing it for all of them and for all of us because we have so many collegiate players out there, and it starts here at home in our community at East Central. We're just so proud of these girls for starting this legacy for this program.
The Hornets will start a 3-game regional final series against San Benito this Thursday night at 6 p.m. in Beeville. Bernie will join the Hornets in the regional final round in Class 4A. This is the Greyhounds' second appearance in the 5th round in the last 3 years. 2 years ago, they were swept at this point by Cal Allen. This year, they get a rematch with the Wildcats, but if they're going to advance, they need senior pitcher Ava Bevo Rodriguez to deliver again. She struck out 13 batters in Bernie's 7-2 victory over Alice on Thursday night. Luckily, she's got fellow senior Heidi Matum behind the plate, and those two have been working together for a long time.
I caught for her when we were younger too, so it's we just developed a good learning of each other, and it's amazing, and I love her as a person and as a pitcher.
Bernie's 1-game rematch with Cal Allen is this Friday night in Jourdanton. First pitch is scheduled for 6:30 p.m. Meanwhile, Red and Charlene McCombs Field is buzzing in Austin this afternoon as the Texas softball team once again faces Texas A&M at home in the championship game of the Austin Regional. The Longhorns entered this from winner's side, which means they get 2 chances to knock out the Aggies, and they wasted no time setting the tone in this one. O'Connor alumna Leanne Good opens the scoring as Texas plates 4 runs in the top of the first, and the Longhorns win it 11-5. They are heading back to the Super Regional round yet again. UTSA baseball entered this season with 3 goals: post a 40-win season, win the conference title, and qualify for the NCAA tournament. The Roadrunners failed to meet the 40-win threshold, despite posting a better overall win percentage than they had last season. UTSA finished the regular season yesterday with a 38-17 record. A late-season sweep by Dallas Baptist all but ended their hopes of a regular season conference title. So now they enter the Conference USA tournament as the 2nd overall seed. For those interested in the ratings percentage index, or RPI, UTSA currently ranks 64th, which means they're on the bubble for qualifying for the NCAA tournament in an at-large bid. If they win the conference tournament next week, they earn an automatic berth to the NCAA tournament. If they don't, they leave their fate up to the selection committee, and that was not in their favor last year. So there's a lot on the line in Houston next week. The Roadrunners will begin their tournament run on Wednesday against Middle Tennessee. UTSA won all 3 of their games against the Blue Raiders this season and outscored them by 17 total runs. Meanwhile, Trinity Baseball entered this afternoon needing 2 wins against East Texas Baptist to keep their season alive in the Division III Regional Championship in Marshall. First game is tied at 6 in the top of the 8th. With 1 on, Colt Harris absolutely launches one deep to left. That hits off the netting for a 2-run shot, and it gives Trinity a late 8-6 lead. So Trinity does force a winner-take-all game 2 with an 8-6 win, but the Tigers drop the next game 2-1 thanks to a late inning rally, and their season comes to an end, a win short of the Super Regional. Let's head to the majors. Texas Rangers have a chance to sweep the Rockies at home and keep their grip on the AL West. How's this for a start? Bottom 2, Josh Young crunches one deep to left and out of here. A solo shot from the MacArthur grad opens the scoring, and Texas opens up a 5-0 lead after 2. They really pour it on in the bottom of the 5th. Bases loaded. Leody Tavares slices one down the left field line. That is going to drop in for a failed ball. All 3 runners come in to score. Get out the brooms. Rangers win big 13-3. Astros have been on a tear recently as well. Houston looking to wrap up a 6-game homestand in style this afternoon. Bottom 5, Jose Altuve slaps a base hit through the gap in right. Jake Myers rounds 3rd, and he will score, while Martin Maldonado gets caught in a rundown between 2nd and 3rd. Either way, Houston strikes first. It's 1-0. They're up 2-0 in the top of the 9th, and all eyes are on the mound on Framber Valdez. He gets Ramon Laureano on a check swing strikeout to end the game. Valdez pitches a 4-hit complete game shutout, the 4th of his career. Astros win it 2-0 and sweep the homestand. Finally, after 4 straight road games, our San Antonio Gunslingers are coming home with their undefeated record intact. San Antonio defeated the West Texas Warbirds 38-36 last night in a game that came down to one final 2-point conversion attempt. And now the 5-0 Gunslingers will play 4 straight games at Freeman Coliseum, starting with the Jacksonville Sharks next Sunday at 3 p.m. Guys, 4 of their 5 wins have come by a combined total of 6 points. And they score a lot of points, too, so it's an exciting brand of football.
It is. A little football chaser after all that action on the diamond.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll be right back after the break.
All right, rain chances are winding down here in San Antonio. Still have a few light showers pushing across our southern and eastern counties near the coastal plains. Tomorrow, a quieter day. Some patchy fog in the morning, mostly sunny skies into the afternoon. Highs warmer in the mid 80s. And then, yes, high pressure takes over. It'll be quieter out there this week. More sunshine, warmer temperatures closer to the seasonal average, topping off in the upper 80s near about 90. So hope you enjoyed this weekend, because, yeah, it did feel pretty good out there, guys.
Felt really good.
Looks good. That's all of our time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here for the Night Beat tonight at 10.
Have a good evening.